gonna go again. Welcome all the viewers who have came out to tonight's stream. We are the IORA Pro 4 Series, 4th race at Long Beach Street Circuit.
Alan Calpito will not be racing. He said he had the Pro 4, but he didn't, and he joined in the Pro 2.
Oh no.
So it will be a duel.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to have a 2-car duel for tonight's race. It's going to be Alex Anderson and Ethan Stanley. And Ethan Stanley grabbed the pole for tonight's event. We're going to throw the points on the screen, as Alex Anderson is sure to usurp the points lead, as he's only 11 back on Demos, and Demos has not shown up. Alan Capito and Mason Moriarty will not be racing due to them showing up on the wrong car for tonight's event. An unfortunate situation is it's only going to leave us with 2 cars racing. How do you feel?
I think it's going to be an interesting race. I mean, we're pretty much watching a 1v1. And if you guys remember back to the beginning COVID days, F1 would pin 2 drivers against each other and have them in a heat battle. And I think that's what we're going to see here today.
You're right about that. Well, the viewers, you are not aware of it so far, but we have Throttle, Alexander Balderas, in the booth tonight.
Oh, Alan Capito's race!
Oh, are they going to kick him?
There.
He's in a different car. I don't think it's going to be allowed.
Well, he is blinking like how... Oh, they're green
Oh,
and
they're green at a standing start. The green flag waits for 15 laps of action at Long Beach. Let's do this.
Ethan Stanley quickly taking the lead, unless Anderson can make a move down into turn 1. Alan Capito not getting the best start, but he's going to look down the inside here to go into turn 1. Oh, these trucks really don't have roll bars, do they? Oh,
there's a little bit of contact in the wall right now for Ethan Stanley. And there's a lot of bumping right now as Alan Capito is falling all the way off.
Ethan Stanley taking the grass there. Not sure if that helped or hurt him. Now he's following in Anderson's footsteps.
Well, that is something else. Ethan Stanley, he said he had it in the bag and that he just run away, but right now it's Alex Anderson leading the way.
I wonder if we're going to have a great race here as Anderson, breaks. Alan Capito going into the back of your shot there.
And Anderson into the wall right there.
And Ethan Stanley retakes the lead, but will Anderson try and move down the inside? He does. Locks up the brakes a little bit. Oh, they make contact.
And they make another set of contact, and they're beating and banging right now.
They're beating and banging as they come down. Oh, he barely takes the lead. He's going Joey Logano blocks right now to go down the backstretch.
I can't believe it. This is madness so far in this first lap. These 2 Pro 4s have pulled away for the back marker of Alan Capito. And Anderson, he might be able to lead this first lap.
Anderson might lead the first lap. Ethan Stanley, though, will be eagerly waiting for the move.
Into the hairpin right now.
They are
Anderson
both
goes,
whoa!
Oh,
he flips!
Flipped!
He's up and over, but he saved it. I believe there will be no caution.
I don't think there will be. It was a single car incident, and Ethan Stanley's back on his drive. Wow. Alex Anderson leads lap 1 of this race as Ethan Stanley has flipped.
That's definitely a moment to go in the greatest moments of the year. Ethan Stanley flipping at Long Beach.
Let's see if he can get back into the lead hunt. He's still in second.
Ooh,
driving it to the edge right now, and Anderson knows he's just got to keep it consistent. Big mistake by his opponent.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all, though, if that gave him a bit of a reset to see if he could set down some laps and be smooth with it. Oh, just grazes the wall.
Yeah,
really
that was very close. Now, Watkins Glen, the leaders, were making a lot of contact with the walls. It's not going to be as good to do so here. It is concrete compared to the Armco barriers in New York.
I wouldn't doubt if Ethan Stanley sees to pull a gap here on Anderson. Sees pull in the gap and see if he can catch him. Currently on lap 1. We're about to go down the backstretch here at Long Beach. Let's see what kind of moves Ethan Stanley might be thinking to make.
He's really far now. Barely in the slipstream, but the thing is, he could set a fast lap when he's on it. And in pole time, he was on it. He's just got to keep it smooth, keep it consistent, and we're going to see a real battle for this lead very soon. As Alex Anderson,
funny enough, what I can see, that flip did not cause Ethan Stanley that much damage. And Ethan Stanley looks.
And Anderson gets very slow. Wow.
Anderson gets sideways there at the exit. Now they're almost together. Ethan Stanley's going to get the draft all the way down the front stretch. He will be angry after flipping his car, so I wouldn't doubt if he goes to make the move. The question is, where does he make the move? From the outside, inside, looks to the outside of Anderson there. Into the braking zone they go. Will he outbrake them and hold on to the outside? Oh, he locks up the brakes.
He locks up all the way. No contact, but wow.
There's a four-wheel slide into the turn one. He's still directly behind Anderson, though. He's going to push him through the waterfall.
Wow, going through the third lap now. Anderson still leading it, not decisively there, so close. And the drama of the hairpin is keeping them close to one another.
Stuck the nose into Ethan Stanley as we ride back to the first hairpin of this track. As then we got into a twisted treat score. Oh, Anderson goes to block. So it locks up the brakes a little bit. Let's see what happens now. Anderson's loose. They're both loose. Ethan
Anderson
on the
slides
inside.
it big time, and they're almost dead even.
They are side by side, dead even as it seems. We're going to go down the backstretch after here. Ethan Stanley locking up the brakes. Wouldn't be surprised if that help. Anderson hits the tire barrier.
And Anderson is still trying to keep it moving right now. And Stanley is right on his tail.
I wouldn't doubt Stanley looks. He doesn't. Oh, but Anderson locks up the brakes a little bit. I wouldn't. Oh, and he pancakes
Anderson into the wall right there. There's a little bit of damage. But Stanley all the way wide. Wow.
Anderson no longer has a left front fender there. Looks
Not
like
good for the
500.
leader of Alex Anderson. Taking that damage. Now one of his wheels is fully exposed. What's going to happen?
That's going to hurt him in the straights. If Stanley can get close enough, he looks like he's getting closer and closer by the second, but where is he going to go? Surely he knows his mistakes of looking down the outside, and as I say that, he looks down the outside. He's going to brake later than him? No, they're going to go side by side. Minor bit of contact, some rubbing. No dice right now, but this looks up to be a great race as we are on lap 3 of 15 here in Long Beach. Ethan Stanley, after flipping and losing the lead into turn 1, is trying to gain the lead back. He looks down the inside, looks down the outside, it seems. Just can't seem to get it done with Anderson pulling the giggles blocks.
Every single spot he can overtake is far too narrow. He's got the speed down the straights, but the corners are just too tight for him. Now they're going for two different things here, as Anderson's going to have the points lead locked up, and Ethan Stanley's just going for a win. He hasn't got one so far, had one almost in the bag at Watkins Glen, but Chase Schaefer took it away. Right now, his goal is just to get his first victory on the season. Anderson doesn't have one either, but he is in the catbird seat for the championship.
And I wouldn't see if Ethan Stanley might be really pushing. If they do make a pit stop, it seems that it's going to be running green the entire way, but with that damage, I don't know if he might want to pit Anderson. The 91 and the 67 really going at it here in Long Beach. Anderson slides.
And Anderson tries to go wide, making a move there, but it's not going to happen as Anderson gets all the way sideways.
Stanley making a right choice of line, going wide and cutting back in, basically diamonding the hairpin as we go down the front stretch, across the line.
Completing lap 4 right there. We're now into lap 5. The ticker is showing the results of the end of each lap. As they're side by side right now for the lead. Stanley's on the outside, has to work for it the hard way.
Interesting there. They are rubbing roll cages.
Wow, a lot of contact there. Sliding around for Anderson.
The back of your screen, Alan Capito right there. Wow, they are really... That poor grass. I feel bad for it at this point. Oh, they make contact. Ethan Stanley bumps Anderson. They bump him again.
We got to go on board with Stanley right now because he's doing everything he can.
Let's go on board with Stanley just to see what he's up to. Gonna go to his cockpit.
Hits the brakes there. You can see he goes from apex to apex, hitting them perfectly, but it's not quick enough. Needs to get into the toe.
Look. Oh, he's gonna look. Does Anderson go in the wall? Oh,
he looks for it.
Ethan Stanley, they make contact. What had happened? What has happened?
And as they're coming around right now, it's gonna be Ethan Stanley with the lead by a car length or so. Stanley's gonna need to make another cataclysmic mistake to lose it once again.
Since he brushes against the wall, does him. I'm gonna go to TV1. We have been this whole time. Alex Anderson in shambles at the minute after losing the lead to Ethan Stanley in what I call a bump and run.
It looked like a little bit of a bump, but definitely quite the big run. Concluding lap 5 right now, 6 of 15 at the stripe. And it looks like Stanley might be able to pull away. Let's see what happens when he gets to lap traffic with Alan Capito, if he's still on track. There he is! Did you see that? He's going backwards. Or it looks like he got spun around.
Probably got spun around there at turn 1. See if he wants to make a mistake. Yeah, he's spun around at turn 1. Interesting to see when they catch up to the lapper. See what might happen. There you see the edge of the screen.
He is so much slower through those corners. Those Pro 2s are far slower, far less speed in the straightaways, and it's a surprise that Capito's managed to stay almost half the race without getting lapped.
Yeah, he's a third of the race in. And Anderson pancakes the wall
Anderson
again.
goes around, and the 8 car has to cut the leader some slack right now. Stanley slides all the way around wide, and Capito cuts no slack.
Anderson is really going to get a run now. He's going to gain all the time he lost, but now...
No, Alan Capito and Ethan Stanley locks up big time.
Holy
and Anderson's there.
Anderson's there. He's going to make the move down the back. They're side by side. Anderson outside. And sits behind Ethan Stanley.
I think Alan Capito might have been a blessing for Anderson's chances at the lead as he's going into the inside right now.
They both lock up. Ethan Stanley, they
into
make
the
contact.
tires, there's
Ethan
contact.
Stanley into the wall once again. Ethan Stanley, they'll make contact again. It's a contact fest here in Long Beach.
They're just slugging it out into the hairpin.
And it's going to be a dump.
Stanley's forced outside.
Stanley into the wall. Oh my God. Anderson. Oh, we can't show this on YouTube. And Anderson's flipping.
They're riding on each other. The 67 is flipping from second.
Barrel rolling. This is going to be a caution.
That has to be a yellow flag.
Car on the front stretch. See what my spotters has to say. Yeah, Ethan Stanley is slowing down, and it is not a yellow.
But
they
they're
seem to have
gonna.
a gentleman's agreement.
Wow. Capito's gonna get his lap back. Oh, almost wrecks it right there.
I would. Let's see.
And they're waiting on Alex Anderson right now.
We're gonna wait for him to. Oh.
That is interesting. Chat, you're watching a very interesting race. We got 3 concurrent viewers right now. Thank you for showing up. If you do enjoy the content, be sure to like and subscribe.
See, now, what I find hilarious is that his mud flaps are still flipping.
And Stanley's going in reverse.
He's going in reverse to help his fellow racer that flipped upside down and barrel rolled down the front stretch. Let's see. It's gonna get him over. This is gonna cause damage to both cars, but yeah,
wow,
this really isn't. He's gonna put him in the wall, and Ethan Stanley's gonna. Okay.
I have a bad feeling this is not going to save either of these cars. Is this even a race at this point? What is this?
I don't think we can show this on YouTube.
I'm confused at what this is becoming.
Oh, and Ethan Stanley's lost the rear end of his car. Ask your parents, kids, how are Pro 4s made? Look at the stream to find out how Pro 4s are made.
Is Alan Capito going to be part of this rescue process? I think, Stanley, you got to hit it.
Alan Capito seems to be getting his lap back.
And Alan Capito got his lap back. He might actually be able to take the lead.
I wouldn't be surprised as we're on he's on lap 6. He will be on lap 7 when he crosses the line.
And these two are just they're getting closer to racing again. But they're just going in reverse. I think Capito's going to have the lead.
I think Anderson might have to tow unless he gets absolutely side pounded. Oh, I see he's pushing him against the wall. This really is not working.
I don't know what this is, but it's not the race I think we signed up to broadcast. It's just
this is definitely this would show up on X videos if I were you. I'm
this
not
is
sure. He's pushing him in the pit lane.
And Alan Capito's going to take the lead right now.
Alan Capito is going to take the lead as Anderson has decided to tow, and his damage is immense. And I wouldn't doubt if he's finally flown. He has not flown the caution. What is Anderson doing?
This has to be the craziest lap I've ever seen in IORA racing to this point.
Yeah, everyone's talking about the IORA 250. Ethan Stanley in the back of your screen rolling down pit lane speed limit. Alan Capito also back there.
Capito, either he's slowing down or is that just how slow his car is? They're all slowing down right now. I think it's going to be Capito by a few seconds taking the lead.
By a few seconds taking the lead. Wouldn't be surprised. There he is. I wonder if he's just coasting.
You're right. They're coasting to a stop right now.
Oh, nope. He's stopped.
Capito is scored in the runner-up position, but really he isn't in that position. He's in the lead because they're on pit road and they have to follow the rules of pit road. This is confusing.
Ethan Stanley choosing to take tires there. As poor Anderson will have to wait to tow. As iRacing, very, very mean sometimes.
So I assume our race is taking a break. Let's get Alex Anderson in here again because I'm not sure what's going on. Let's drag this guy in.
I got him.
Oh, they're back out.
Alex Anderson, you have us in the broadcast booth. How is it going after you flipped on the front stretch? Crazy race as we go to lap 7.
We're just having fun out here, It's a 1v1, so you know what? He tried to help me flip over. It didn't work, so I towed. And now we're just going back out here. We're going to race. No yellow is thrown, so you might want to move me back. But, we're just having fun out here.
Well, one more question while you're racing. How is it seeing, I believe on lap 2, Ethan Stanley flipping on his own at the hairpin? How did that make you feel?
That made me feel like, oh, I might have a shot at this, but he only moved like 2 seconds back, so yeah, it didn't help as much as I would have hoped.
Alright, we'll move you back in with there, but we'll check in later. Thank you for your time, and hope the race goes well for you.
Thank you.
And I can't believe it, for the first time in Pro 4 Series history, a driver not in the Pro 4s got into not last position. How about that for Alan Capito?
He might have actually led the lap, as I don't think it counts in the pit lane, as they never reached the line.
You're right about that. Alan Capito might have actually led a lap, or at least led for a short period of time. That's impressive for that Pro 2 light driver.
Yeah,
Wow.
From a driver who had just bought the track, to lead a lap is absolutely insane.
Given that he was a lap back just the lap before, that's a crazy lap. Crazy series of events right now. Monaco 1982, but in America, as these two are chasing each other down for the lead.
Absolutely incredible. They are in shambles right now as they go through the hairpin. Ethan Stanley practically pushing Anderson. Ethan Stanley, even though it's a two-car race, hungry for his first win here in the Pro 4 Series. Let's see what he can do.
You're right, no matter who gets the checkered flag first, be it Capito, Anderson, or Stanley, we're going to have a first-time winner in this series. So it's going to be great to see a new face in victory lane.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's a new winner no matter who crosses the line, and it would be crazy if they both back out at the hairpin. If Alan Capito actually makes it to the flag, Ethan Stanley bump and run there doesn't make it work.
Well, I have to be real with you. I'm kind of rooting for Alan Capito, even though it's almost impossible for him to win at this point.
Could this be an Alan Kawicki kind of story?
You're right about that, as Anderson barely holding on by about a car length at the moment.
Now here we go, down to the first hairpin. Let's see. Doesn't make contact with the wall. They slide about. Ethan Stanley going down. He's outside. Interesting call. Anderson will lock the brakes. A bit of contact there. Oh, and he's in the wall. Let's see what happens down the backstretch here at Long Beach.
They're incredibly close to one another right now, but the backstretch might not be the decider. It's going to be the hairpin again, I'm thinking. That's where all the chaos is happening.
Anderson maintaining the lead after that caution break. The man who once flipped over on the front stretch.
There's a lot of contact right there. Bumper to the back of the 67.
Yeah, bumper to the back of the 67 is Mike Joy freaking out. Once again, at a short track and street course. We go down the front stretch. The leader currently is Alex Anderson, if you're just joining us now. Ethan Stanley, the driver behind. Both cars have flipped upside down this race.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Both of them flipped, both of them taken to pit road, and both of them being almost passed by a Pro 2 driver, as Ethan's going to send it right into the curb. Not going to be enough. He might be saving his stuff right now.
Ethan Stanley giving the bumper. Anderson telling him to speed up through there. It's clearly he might have held the brakes for too long. Oh, and Ethan Stanley hits the wall there, but I don't think he only got a bump in there.
That was still a pretty hard tap, going to take him out by like a second or so. He needs the trap to get back into it, but I think he's got the speed to make this a real challenge.
I really think that Ethan Stanley is really pushing Anderson here. Oh, someone made contact. I wouldn't doubt if it was Anderson at the wall. If we go down the twisting flight section before the backstretch, let's see.
And Stanley's going to try to make a perfect exit on a not-so-great entry. Not going to really play out in his favor.
I don't know. He might. Looked like he diamonded that and see if he got it pretty well. He's going to get a big run here. Not going to actually make a move. He's gotten right to the back bumper of Anderson once again. Oh, he's sticking his quarter panel. They're nearly side by side. By a millimeter, they're separated.
Whoa, and Ethan Stanley all the way to the outside. Trying to make that overtake, but it's not going to happen.
Ethan Stanley, a brave man to try and go around the outside there as he falls back right behind. And we are back again to the situation we had earlier. But this time, Ethan Stanley is closer, maybe close enough to make a move. Cross the line. Ethan Stanley just following in the trail, getting the draft from the 67 ahead of him.
And at lap 9 of 15, 8 has just concluded. I think Alex Anderson might have the most laps led award in the bag.
I believe so. And
Anderson into the wall.
Ethan Stanley going down the inside will take the lead at the waterfall here in Long Beach.
But Anderson goes all the way into it, trying to make some contact there to force his way through. Not happening.
Not happening. But if Ethan Stanley tries to go again and lead every lap from here and win the race, I believe it's going to be close because I honestly think they might tie on lead lap because I do believe Alan Calpito led that lap. They were both in the pit lane. So it could be 7-on-7.
You're right about that, but even then, I don't think Ethan Stanley's going to lead them all. It's been chaos so far. Just one mistake and they'll be into each other immediately.
One mistake into each other, and Alan, whose beautiful racing is up front. Let's check on our back marker, Alan Calpito. What has happened to Alan Calpito? He has had Dale Budweiser, number 8, is sliding around the track.
At a very slow pace, that is.
Very
He's
slow
hardly
pace.
limping
It's
it.
quite interesting. As you can probably hear, the leaders are coming by. Let's see where they are. As they're right there.
Oh,
They're
it's going to be
closing
very
on
close
Alan
between them right
Calpito.
now.
Ethan Stanley just tapping the wall. Not nearly as bad as he did lap 2 when he flipped at the hairpin. But overall, this race has been pretty chaotic, but honestly, a great race to watch.
You're right about that. Lap 10 of 15 is just concluded now. I believe we're actually at lap 11 as Alan Calpito is still on lap 10, and the back marker might change it once more. The reason we had that incident before with the flipping was actually they just passed Alan Calpito.
He's on his side. Alan Calpito is on his side as we enter turn 1. And he's back flipped over now, but what on earth happened there?
Oh my goodness, we had a... Wow.
Oh,
And Stanley's now getting really locked up. It happened before when he got by Calpito.
Anderson could be pushing him here. Oh, and he makes a mistake. Oh, and he
into the barriers, and Ethan Stanley has lost the lead to Alex Anderson.
If Ethan Stanley does not lead this lap, there is no way. And if Ethan Stanley does not lead this lap, Alex Anderson will have the most laps led award to him after this race.
You're right about that, but even then, he's going to make a dive for it.
Ethan Stanley down the inside. Oh, they're side by side as we go down the backstretch here at Long Beach. I believe Anderson might have the run, but Ethan Stanley is going to brake as late as possibly as he can as we go into the braking zone. Ethan Stanley locks
all
up
the way
brakes,
wide, and Anderson's going to get a big lead.
Brakes loose there, and I believe if Anderson doesn't make a colossal mistake, he has led the most laps this race.
Incredible stuff with this lead battle as Anderson's going to get the lead once more. Most laps led, ka-ching, for Alex Anderson.
Alex Anderson has just taken the award of the most laps led. You can see it when he goes over the line.
And that's going to change the point standings by a pretty good margin because that means that he's going to actually take the lead no matter where he finishes over Demos in the point standings. He was 12 points back coming into this race. Demos hasn't shown up and he's leading. And Anderson goes, whoa!
Ethan Stanley retakes the lead. Going to the waterfall section once again, Ethan Stanley. Anderson all over the grass, trying to make a move. He's going to be round the outside of Ethan Stanley, does he?
They're just trying to have fun right now as Anderson's going to make a really good series of entries and
Demolition
exits.
Derby is what we're seeing. Ethan Stanley. Alan Calpito was over again. As you can see at the back of your screen, Alan Calpito wanting a flip, not having it from the 2 leaders we see here. He is now 2 laps down.
Alan Calpito almost hit for the 3rd time this race. That is incredible.
Locks up the brakes, does Ethan Stanley down to the first hairpin of this circuit. He's going to go brake late. Oh, man. And Stanley's not taking care of his brakes. Oh,
and they wreck.
They wreck. And
there's a flip between the leaders again. Oh, no.
Flip between the leaders again. It's still no call who's going to win this race.
And we're going to have another short break as these drivers have chosen not to throw the yellow. So we're still in green flag racing.
No yellows this race as Stanley does a backwards wheelie there. Let's see what is Alan Calpito. He is towed.
Oh, he's towing. He would have had a shot at the win if he got back on track, but he spun and he got flipped. It's not going to happen.
But you never know. Anderson might have to tow once more as Ethan Stanley is now up and over. Stanley over the fence.
They all might have to tow.
They're all going to have to tow as Ethan Stanley. Nope, Ethan doesn't have to tow. Where did Ethan Stanley go?
Are you kidding me?
Ethan Stanley might have this race in the bag.
You're right about that. Let's drag Ethan Stanley over because I think he's got the win unless he's agreeing to something.
Let me get him. Ethan Stanley in with us in the broadcast booth. You've now almost flipped over 3 times. Anderson is over twice. How do you think this? How do you think this race is going?
You hear that?
This is definitely a race, that's for sure.
As Anderson is currently in shambles in the driver's chat.
He is.
Oh no, are you going to keep going?
gonna keep going.
My car is still definitely running, so I will keep going.
Away, Stanley, be free.
This has been a very unfortunate set of circumstances.
Unfortunate set of circumstances, as you have nearly flipped twice, as Anderson has flipped.
I did actually flip twice.
You did flip twice.
I will give you my prize money.
And we got a bribe going on in the voice chat of these drivers.
Whoa.
Whoa.
My car definitely is damaged.
Championship, I will literally give you the $30.
Yeah, your car definitely is damaged, but fighting for your first
That's
win in this
fair.
series,
I don't know.
how do you think it's going so far? Good talk there from Ethan Stanley.
Well, you know what? He's still racing. Maybe we can ask him these questions after the fact. Ethan Stanley, thank you for your time. Either way, I hope you get.
Yeah, sorry about
Oh,
that.
we got it back.
Yep. Oh.
No, I just have you guys turned down. You turn you up.
Oh yeah, concentrating on the driving is Ethan Stanley as he goes down the backstretch at Long Beach. How do you think this race is going for your chances to get your first win of the Pro 4 Series?
I think the chances are pretty out on the table now. I mean, I think I got this one.
Well, you never know.
The Port of Dandong Daihatsu is definitely going to go to victory lane today.
The Port of Dandong Daihatsu will go to victory lane soon, as we see, as we cross the lines here soon. Look at the brakes. You've been locking up the brakes quite a lot. Noticing just braking hard in this truck. Does it do that?
I'm using the e-brake to get it around the corners since the tires are starting to fry off.
Oh, well, that's actually a smart
makes it
thing
tough.
to do. Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna put you back in there, and we're gonna drag Alex Anderson in here to get his piece on what's going on.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Alex Anderson, you are in shambles right now. How do you feel after
Yeah.
that flip?
I'm trying to beg Stanley to slow down and let me catch up, or at least tow, but so far it's unsuccessful. I'm just having a blast right now. This is hilarious. I hope y'all are having fun watching this. It's probably confusing as hell, though.
We've seen you flip over almost 2.5 times, it seems like. You cannot, you cannot keep your wheels on the track. It's almost like you keep doing blowovers, and this is Talladega.
Well, hey, listen. The first time, my truck couldn't contain its boner and tried to hump Stanley. Eventually the right front tire caught the catch fence. And the second time, we were going side by side into one corner, and I hit the tire barrier, and he slid straight into me and vroom.
Yep. Ethan Stanley going through the section there. And I believe, we did not tell this to Ethan Stanley, but I think Alan Calpito led a lap when you guys were both in pit lane.
Oh my sweet Jesus.
got
So
his
for the
lap
first
back,
time,
but
a
you-
non-Pro 4 driver leads in the Pro 4 series, and I think that's going to be the last time it's even possible.
Yeah.
I am scared.
As, Ethan Stanley going to the hairpin currently.
This is the last lap right now. Is that so? I think the flag man is going to be on his feet right now. White flag coming out.
Alright.
You're right
Put
about
me
that.
back in so I can try and beg Stanley to slow down.
Yes, white flag is out. Last lap here.
And I don't think there's going to be a
Drag me
chance.
back!
Oh, my bad. Man, drivers are so picky these days.
And I think it's all but concluded right now. Ethan Stanley on the joyride home to his first victory in this series. Really no competition tonight after that flip.
No competition as it seems, as Ethan Stanley just absolutely cruising, just having fun. Look at him go.
He's drifting that thing all the way around.
Sliding and drifting as we see smoke up ahead. Who is in front of him? Oh, it's Alan Calpito in
Calpito!
front of him.
He might be able to get second.
Now, what could be an absolutely worst turn of events is if Alan Calpito wrecks Ethan Stanley, it will be down to the wire between a Pro 2 truck and a Pro 4 truck.
Let's see if he wrecks him hard enough to get him back in the tow, because if he does, Calpito might be actually able
Alan
to... Oh, and
Calpito
Calpito went to the wall.
Down the backstretch, here we go. Ethan Stanley there at the bottom of your screen. He's going to let him by. Good Samaritan is Alan Calpito as he lets Ethan Stanley take the lead, or not take the lead, but let him by on the backstretch.
And I think that's all the chances Calpito has for the win.
It's Ethan
He
Stanley.
drifts it all the way through, like Stanley, into the wall, though.
Out into the wall goes Alan Calpito, straight drifting around, and
Whoa!
he's nearly up and over there.
Two-wheeling it. And we're going to go back to Ethan Stanley.
Whoa, he
Whoa,
almost
we got
flipped
contact.
again, but as we go to Ethan Stanley, it will be him here, the winner at Long Beach.
In his first career win of the IORA Truck Series, he's going to get it. Ethan Stanley wins at Long Beach.
Ethan Stanley, your winner, as he comes down to turn 1, hearing the screaming Alan Calpedo coming down. I believe, if I look at the results, he just might have taken second.
Well, he might take second in the final scoring, but at the moment it says no.
Anderson has taken second place, and Alan Calpedo will finish 3 laps down.
In third position. How about that? Ethan Stanley's just dragging it around right now.
Ethan Stanley is having a blast after winning his first race in the Pro 4 Series after having it taken away at Watkins Glen.
Redemption for this driver. How about that?
It's redemption day for Ethan Stanley here in California, Long Beach.
And he's going to drift it all the way through here. Probably not going to get traditional burnouts, but we're going to get something pretty special instead.
Let's see how it goes. Enjoying that nice aerial number on the top of that Pro 4 truck.
And there's Anderson. Oh, and they're going to make a little bit of contact.
They're going to do a drag race, it seems, or the double burnout.
Let's see. Are they going to do a double burnout? It looks like they might.
I wonder, what are they doing? They're going to do a drag race. They're going to do a drag race down the back. Who's it going to be? Ethan Stanley on the outside. Oh, they make contact.
Contact into the wall.
Stanley, your leader. Into the wall.
Oh, Stanley destroyed.
On top of Anderson. And as we see, honestly, you know what?
Wow. Absolutely
You're
destroyed.
back in the broadcast booth. How does it feel to win your first race in the Pro 4 Series?
It feels amazing. I mean, it's such a great series put together. I mean, I'm really happy that we were able to do Long Beach in these trucks. It was more than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Stanley, I'm sorry.
My question
I swear
is,
to God, I didn't mean to do that.
as we see Anderson apologizing there, my question is, who is on the who's on the skid plate of your car?
That is Paul Rudd.
That is Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd on your car. How about that?
Yeah, famous actor Paul Rudd.
Also known for Ant-Man.
From the Tim and Eric sketch.
Yeah. If you don't know who that is, the main character of Ant-Man, the Marvel Studios film. You two battling it out there.
Hey, all right, Stanley, your objective, keep me from finishing the race. I'll give you 1 straightaway.
Now, with your goal to absolutely murder Anderson, you're just gonna...
He's going to do it again. Oh!
He's gonna do it again. But and he comes back.
Oh no, my front bumper.
And they're jumbling into one another.
This is just a celebration right here, honestly.
Oh, your wheels are doing some X videos type deal.
All right, yeah, I think that's about as much as we can say. Now, Ethan Stanley, you've won here before in NR Night in America. You just got a good streak of luck at this track.
Mm-hmm.
This has always been one of my better ones. I mean, I'm just really good at street courses. Wish there was more on iRacing.
Flipped over
Here, I'll
again,
help you.
as we see Paul Rudd once again being shown on stream.
Truly a great actor. Great skit by Tim and Eric, Tim Heidecker and Eric, I forget his last name.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? We might as well. Oh,
Yay.
Anderson here goes over the fence. Let's get him in here. Alex Anderson in the broadcast booth with us, both of the first and second place people in an interview at once. Why not?
How about it?
Stanley, I'm so sorry. I swear to God, I didn't mean to flip you.
Oh no, these things are so easy to flip. They just climb, the trucks just climb each other, so when you hit each other.
It seems these trucks have no roll bars at all.
Well, yeah, they're meant for off-roading.
Yeah, but
It's a destruction field between you two. I mean, first and second either way. It just must have been crazy, having the whole track to each of you.
Hey, it was just fun.
It was a lot of fun. These trucks here are a handful to drive, but just a bundle of fun.
Seems like a lot of fun from you guys, beating and banging the entire time.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to the lab where I rolled in the hairpin. I gotta go back to that.
We gotta check back up on that because that was insanity. I think it was lap 7, so we can get a replay of that right now.
It looks like actually lap 5, maybe.
We're getting a replay of that right now. Hold
Wait,
tight.
no, I think it actually was lap 7.
Lap 7, you said? Let's go to Alex
Actually,
Anderson.
probably-
We're getting our
no.
replay at the moment.
It was lap 6, my bad.
Lap 6. So, there he is. We're going to rewind it here. We're going to go to lap 5.
I think we just have to go to the end of lap 5, and then we get to lap 6.
Yes, this is lap. We are on lap 6 currently.
Yeah,
Here
so
we
it looks
go.
like what happened is he drifted the hairpin, I grifted it, and I got to his inside, and he just came down a little on exit, and it sent me into a huge wheelie. I never lifted and got my front tires on his back end, then caught the catch fence and rolled.
Here we go as we show the replay here.
Wow, just gets lifted up with that exposed wheel, then rides on the 91 and then hits the catch fence, and it's Myatt Snyder all over again.
Yes, as we see it, but on the front stretch this time and at Long Beach. So look at that. The anime car, 67, doing barrel rolls down the front stretch.
The kill car versus the Port of Dandong car.
Yeah.
Port of Dandong car
Very
is
good-
successful
very good
here
battle.
in Long Beach. As you see there, Alan Calpito passing Alex Anderson.
Honestly, I was rooting for him in that Pro 2 car. He was still
I
putting
was
up his fight.
Yeah, he was still putting up a
No,
fight.
he was not.
Until he got lapped.
He was putting up his fight. He was not putting up a fight, but he was there. He was
He
trying.
was, look, you know, he was doing his own thing.
A for effort.
A for effort.
That's all that matters in the end.
All that matters in the end.
Yeah, so it looked like what happened when I flipped the second time. I understeered in that one corner, hit the left rear on the tire barrier, and then Stanley had nowhere to go.
Yeah, you caught him up. Let's see that once again. Believe it was at lap 11 or 13. Well, we'll see. Oh, believe it. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, lap 12. Ethan Stanley retakes the lead. You see Alex Anderson going forward there. All right, here is where it happens. He hits the barrier. And he just snags a wheel and gets flipped over by the concrete.
From there's no point of return. Now, I gotta ask, why didn't Stanley, you could have gone from him at that rear end of the car, the roll. Not the roll cage, but the red bars. Why couldn't you have done that? I think that could have gotten Anderson back up on track.
I don't know. I don't know how to flip these things over.
Yeah.
When you flipped over at the end, I just straight up just hit you. I just hit you in the side and you freaking got back on your wheels.
Seems like my truck was perfectly angled, though.
Yeah.
Chaotic race here in Long Beach. We're gonna go to lap, I believe it was 2, that Ethan Stanley flipped at the hairpin. Now, what lap was that?
I shrugged it off. I believe that was lap 2.
Now, we're going back through lap 2. I think it was coming into lap 2. Yeah, it was
It
coming into it. So
it
it was on the
was
first
coming
lap.
into lap 2, a nightmare first lap for you, going on to win the race eventually, but Ethan Stanley just
I cut it too short. I was in first
cut it too
gear.
short. First gear, snag the wall.
Yeah,
Paul
Rolls
Rudd
it perfectly back onto the
rolls it
track.
perfectly back on your wheels, and you got probably the best getaway from a flip I've ever seen.
I just kept it in the throttle.
Yeah,
Just it worked out.
Flip and win, and unfortunately flip and lose for Anderson, but there can only be one winner, and before all the flipping, or before all the towing, it was a really
Stanley,
good
did you
battle.
do burnouts?
What was that?
Did you do burnouts?
No,
I attempted it, but
Okay, you know what?
these things
If it
don't
wasn't
do
very good, I'll just get the picture of me trying to hump your truck.
that. All right.
that'll work.
For
but
the
I also
victory
have a
lane
good
photo.
picture. Believe now. Hang on.
But yeah, these trucks are pretty fun. I wish we would have had more of a field.
We can pull up the point standings now.
I'm okay with just the 1v1. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
This is
Getting the
Is this
points right
now?
now to put it on your screen. Excuse me just a second as I'm going to be getting that all set.
Yeah, I imagine next week from USA International, we'll have a lot more of a turnout.
Mhm.
And hopefully should be a good race.
yeah, I imagine that.
Never
With all these
driven
free
these
tracks
things
coming up
yet.
next, I'm hoping we do get more of a field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine we will. I know a lot of people won't have Long Beach.
Yeah. I have Long Beach, which is why I was able to be a stream tonight. But as we see, right
And we got the
there,
points up on stream right now. And just going to make sure that you can see every single driver. At the moment, the leader is now Alex Anderson by 32 points over Daniel Mosteller without a win. He's the highest driver in points without a win. Then third is Chase Schaefer with 96 points. Then Ethan Stanley with the most wins in the series, actually. We made a mistake. He has 2 wins. Our apologies on that because it's going to be...
No, this is my first win.
Oh, wait. No.
Schaefer should have gotten the win for Watkins Glen.
That's interesting. The stats say there was... Now, Schaefer won 2 races, right?
Yes.
Well, actually, what I'm gonna do is, because there's actually a points race, I'm gonna take away the points that I won for this race. So I'm just gonna like make it a tie between us, pretty much.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Alright, so the statistics don't actually show the wins correctly, but the highest winless driver is still Alex Anderson with 164, Daniel Mosteller with 132, Chase Schaefer and Ethan Stanley separated by 2 points for third, 96 and 94 respectively, Colby Kirsty in fifth with 85, Mason Moriarty with 77 points, Garrett Mitchell 44, Alan Calpito 41 points, Michael Cormes 41 as well, that's for 8th, Jason Furcaron actually, 39 points for 10th position. Vincent Guesci and Corey Lyles tied for 12th in 38 points. Scott Ledbetter and Clark Nance, 37 points each. That's 14th position tied. And David Cabrera, with the least points, 0, is now in last position, 16th place in points. And that's our points for the season so far.
Biggest prediction from the race itself. Had Alan Calpito chosen the Pro 4, would it have been a more chaotic race or a less chaotic race?
More chaotic,
More
definitely.
chaotic.
If he had the race, it would have been definitely more chaotic.
Would we have seen?
The thing I put in for victory lane is Ethan Stanley wins the 1v1 sniper duel on Rust in the Pro 4 series at Long Beach.
Yeah, now that.
We're going to bring up that post on your screens right now because that is what was just put into the IRA Discord. That Discord is in the description of this broadcast if you want to join them. And they're always looking for more drivers, especially in this series, especially in the other series, including the Formula One and the Cup series. So if you're interested, of course, go for it. We got a lot of free tracks coming up.
We definitely were not looking for drivers in the IORA 250.
The IORA 250.
Too many.
And I will definitely be back for the Cup and the F1 races this week.
Let's
I
go.
had to take a week off because of
Let's go.
some pedal difficulties, but I am back.
Ethan Stanley, the greatest driver in the field.
The GOAT of the 2-car field, basically.
What is the next F1 and Cup race, Anderson?
Next,
So, the next F1 race is at Laguna Seca, and the next Cup Series race is at the Bristol Dirt Track.
Oh, no, I'm going to be here for both, as I have a dentist appointment on the track meet and will not be able to show up.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'm honestly planning to drive the Laguna Seca Formula One race. And thankfully, we're going to have Schulte back in the booth there. So he's going to be able to broadcast while I'm going to try to get a win in one of these series because I don't have an IR start at the moment. I actually think I'm the only one in this booth who doesn't.
yeah, hopefully we can keep up the Stanco Motorsports momentum in the F1 series with Joyner winning the past 2 races. It's probably going to be a good battle between me and him, and whoever else can be up there.
In shambles.
Truly.
Well, drivers, any final thoughts from tonight's race?
No, I'm chilling. I'm fine.
Yeah, it was just a fun race.
Just a fun little duel.
No extra things to put in.
Yeah.
All right, well, good to hear. And this is the entire broadcast booth. Me and Alexander Balderas, who were broadcasting tonight's race, and Alex Anderson and Ethan Stanley, the drivers in the Pro 4s for tonight's event. We thank you all for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. This is Fireball Talks NASCAR live. And Alexander, you got any thoughts?
Yes, one thing before we go. How do you think the race would have gone with a full, at least 6-car field instead of 2?
Well, we would have like a real battle besides a freaking flip fest.
It would have been probably a lot more chaotic. You know, Long Beach was obviously a very difficult track to pass at. You know, it's just not a lot of room to make moves and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah, I don't think I would have given as much leeway. I think I would have just kind of pulled away.
Yeah, instead of letting me think I was being competitive.
Yeah. All right. Well, what a race. Gonna drag those 2 back. Your 2 broadcasters tonight have been Alexander Balderas and David Kreutz. This is Fireball Talks NASCAR, and this was the Pro 4 Series for IRA at Long Beach, California. Kreutz, any thoughts before we end?
Well, I just got to thank all the viewers for watching. We know we're competing with the NASCAR Xfinity Series, which is still on, surprisingly. But we thank you all for showing up to this race, and I hope you were entertained. Thank you all for watching. and good night.
Good night, everybody.